have a business is, number one is a prenup. You know, just as you had said that you'd sign it, that's one of the best things to do to try to protect a business.
Oh, wait a second. Hey, let's stop down there.
Right,
okay. You're female. Russ is male. Russ, let's say, is extremely wealthy. No, let's say you're extremely wealthy, and Russ is a complete D-bag. Hey, imagine that. It's kind of like as it is.
Could we...
What I want you to think on the break is, would you make him sign a prenup regardless?
Now, wait a
think
minute.
about that.
And
yes.
could we lower the lights to get the right mood in here for this conversation?
Oh, would you like a...
And that's perfect right there. When we come back from the break, we're going to find out if me and that lady will be hooking up. Legit. I'll drink to that.
Yep. Live in the television studios, sunny San Diego, California. Biz Brew on the air, and Rusty Nails is right there. Okay, so I framed this question wrong for our guest, Jacqueline Newman. Jacqueline Newman is a very prominent divorce attorney out of New York City. And long story short is this. I asked her, she said the best way to protect yourself as a business is to sign a prenuptial. Okay?
Makes sense.
So Jack, this is why I want to ask you this.
Scenario.
Let's say that Russ is the rich guy, okay? And you have fallen madly in love with Russ, which, you know.
It's easy to do.
Okay,
Jacqueline,
just pretend you're drunk. Would you have a problem signing a prenup, personally?
I think a lot of it depends on the situation. You know, are we a young couple that are going to have children? Do I have a career that I'm going to sacrifice if we're going to have children? You know, is the business very established, or is it going to grow more? I mean, there's a lot of things that I would need to consider before signing a prenup. But in principle, I understand why people want to sign prenups for, you know, if they want to protect their businesses. So I would, but I'd have it very finely drafted.
Yeah.
See, but
just for the record, yeah.
But there was a hesitation there.
Yeah. Well, sure, she doesn't know all the facts. I mean, you throw something like that at her, but I think you should.
Jackie, do I not love you if I want you to sign a prenup? Is that how you're feeling?
No.
Be honest with me. Come on, let's do this.
No, I think you love me. I think that in a way you might love your business a little bit more, but you want to protect yourself. Rates are 50% for divorce. I definitely understand it, but I would want to make sure that I was protected as well.
But that could also be a big red flag for someone who's thinking of getting into a relationship. Like, what do you mean your business is worth more or whatever?
Right.
So, I mean, you're gone.
So when you're talking to people pre-divorce, okay, when they're going down that pathway there, who gives more pushback, the males or the females? Because I know there's got to be data in your database on this.
It really, you know, I would say the moneyed spouse. So whoever the moneyed spouse is, which can more typically than not probably be men, I'd say I get more pushback. The
Money Spouse. That is a freaking book.
That's my new show.
That's in the back of the video store. The Money Spouse.
Why
Think
not?
about that.
I like it.
That's a new show. The Money Spouse.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's like okay. I get it. All right. So let's say we didn't do anything right, which is typically the case with most men. And I think I've told you this before. Left to their own devices. I think every male in this country would be living under the freeway out of a suitcase if it weren't for his dad beating him in the back of the head with an emotional 2x4 at the ages 15, 16, 17. Right. I mean, look, let's face it.
You got to set the boys straight.
Well, we need to get our butts kicked when we were younger. That's all. I mean, that's all it is. It's, because unfortunately, it's a man's sort of a world. Not that we control the world, and I don't like it with two college-age girls that I would like to control the world.
Sure.
But the bottom line is, men sling crap back and forth all day long.
But now ladies in a powerful position of being the money, what was it, the money maker?
But the way I got to this thing is we are idiots, and we don't do it right hardly any time. So, Jack, so here we are. Russ is at the precipice of divorce. He comes to you. He didn't do anything right. He's got a decent business, and it's about to lose half of it. What do you tell him?
Too late?
Not necessarily too late, but I would definitely say you should start getting your ducks in a row. I mean, one of the things that I suggest to people before getting divorced, or if they're thinking about it when they're about to get married, is I talk a lot about how you want to get an appraisal of your business done at that time. So therefore, at least it's a very clear indication of whatever growth has happened during the marriage. If somebody is coming to me and they want to get divorced, I'd like to try to get an appraisal done as of the date of the marriage, so at least we know what we're looking at in terms of marital appreciation.
And the forensic accounting bill is in the six figures, is it not?
It definitely can be, yes.
Yeah, look at her smiling. That's kind of an evil, like a little laugh.
That's a great smile. Let me get a picture of this.
Now, if you, let's say, and I've heard these stories a lot, especially with friends of mine, very successful guys, very successful gals, they do their books quarterly, they keep all their ducks in a row and so on and so forth, but yet the spouse will challenge every single thing. Is that a healthy way to do business? I mean, don't at the end of the day, if I'm paying you, if my ex is paying you, isn't that less money for us?
It is. You know, vengeance is very, very expensive, and there are a lot of people, you know, especially when you have somebody who might be in the financial dark during the marriage, they don't trust anything, and so there's a lot of people that are looking around and going through receipts and bills and everything. I do recommend to people that, you know, you don't want to pay your attorney tons and tons of money. I meet the joke when clients are really want to go to fight. I say, do you want to pay for your kid's college or mine? Because that's what it comes down to.
Well, but think about this, and basically the appraisal's sort of there for if you have the spouse that is not willing to sign a prenup, right?
Often. I mean, it depends. Sometimes, depending on what the terms of the prenup are, you could have a prenup that said, you know, this is the value of the business now, and we got to appraise the business at the time of a divorce. And so it really depends on, you know, what the document says.
Jackie Newman is her name. You can go to BurkeBot.com is their website, and it's Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Rudd. She is the managing director. So, by the way, Russ, you'd be signing a prenup if that,
you know what I'm thinking
whole deal
is,
comes down.
I'm going to go ahead and get married so I can get a divorce and hire her, and then
she'll take, you know, and you'll have more money.
See,
right.
See how I think?
You can follow her on Twitter at NYCDivorce_attorney. Is your license? Do you have a personalized license plate that says that too?
I don't know.
Okay.
But maybe I'll get one.
And is that a genuine leather couch you're seated on?
It is. It is. I can smell that from here. Hey, talk to us about business partnerships, because I had a very good friend of mine who owns about 2 million square feet of real estate here in San Diego go through a business divorce recently with his partner, a male partner. Yeah. That's sort of the same type of tendency and metrics, is it not?
Yeah, no, business divorces can be extremely, extremely difficult. Often, at least with a matrimonial divorce, sometimes there are kids, you can find more common ground. But in business divorces, you don't always have that kind of commonality, and it could be a real war. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Can you stay one more? I realize it's almost 9 o'clock there, but you're an attorney, you got nothing else going. Let's come on. You had 0 going tonight. We'll take you Monday to dinner. Tuesday night. Yeah. Stay right there. I'm going to talk to you some more. Her name is Jackie Newman, Jacqueline Newman.
Jackie, all of a sudden you're on a first name little.
Well, I'm trying to get you guys, you know, kind of worked out there.
Love you,
being your winger here, trying to get you hooked up there.
My best man, Bob.
With the attorney, and then. Yeah. Because you don't want, no, you want to marry somebody else, have her help you divorce, then you guys
then I can
fall in love together and sell the hearts and flowers.
What a great guy I really am. See how it goes.
Let's take a quick look at the market real quick, just what happened today. A real quick preview of what went on. Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P, all pulling back just hair. But what's really interesting here is we are trending down.
Look at this.
There is
nothing exciting going on here. Look away, people.
Yeah, look at that. We're fairly valued on the Dow. What that basically is telling us is that we're looking better than we thought we.
I'm going to Jacqueline's website.
All right. It is Biz Brew on YouTube America. Coming up. More Jackie Newman. We're going to try to get a hold of Steve J.J. Wiseman, the scam man, but I think he's up to his neck in this Ashley Madison deal. We'll figure that out. Tell you what's going on there. Divorce, the #1 way to cut your net worth in half. So says the experts. And there's. Go to a bar tonight, you'll see a lot of experts. Just
at least.
It's not even anecdotal. Biz Brew. You can follow us on Twitter at Biz Brew. Go to YouTubeAmerica.com, BizBrew.com. Back in a second. Oh, yeah, we got a live studio audience now. Great to have you along.
Where is it? Oh, here it is.
It is Biz Brew on YouTube America. Good to have you along. We're live.
What time do we start?
Nationwide, coast to coast. 8 p.m. Pacific every day, Eastern time.
Well, I'll be ready.
I know you are. You're hiking those up like 10 pounds, you know what, and a 5 pound.
I can do a total Urkel on you if you'd like. Let's just give it a ride here. Let's see where the boys can. God, that's a little high.
That's nice.
Hey!
You got Buzz City. You know, Buzz Burnett, president of Jump Production Group, is in the studio today watching everything. Boy, you look fat.
I feel fat, too, Bob. I got it all coming out of down here.
Just fat face real quick?
This is where the men folk grow the fat so as not to be stabbed in battle. That's why we're protecting our organs and things. So there you go.
That's great. Hey, with us just for a second, because I'm keeping her longer than she anticipated, and she probably wants to go home.
Oh, got it. Is she still here? I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, Jacqueline Newman is the managing director of BurkeBot.com. She's a very, very high-profile New York City divorce attorney. Boy, that's got to scare the dating and the marriage thing for you. I got to just say, I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah.
When you see a lady who's a New York City divorce attorney, people just run. I mean, do they just basically just slap letters in the other direction?
Either that title or cat owner. I have a fear of both. In my experience
here of both. Oh my goodness. Are you still at the office, by the way?
No, I'm not at the office.
Okay, all right.
I'm
So by the way, the rest of her living room has a red wall and a black leather couch. Just going to tell you that. All right. So before we let you out of here, we have to talk about this this business divorce thing because
we should do a series on this every week with her, shouldn't we, Bob? Go ahead.
You want to have her live in the studio, don't
I'd
you?
love to.
Russ is such a pig.
Come on.
Here's what's going on. This appraisal process keeps coming up. So the appraisal process, if you can't get your partner, your husband or your wife, to sign a prenup, is the best practices when you first get married. Do the same rules apply in divorcing a business partner?
I would think with most business partners, you're going to have some sort of arrangement in your business contract that would address what happens when one person leaves. So, hopefully you've drafted something really, an iron-tight agreement.
When she says that to you, you know you haven't done it, by the way. The way she looks at you and shakes her finger. Last of all, before we let you get out of here, the obvious issue of not being organized is the death for most businesses
and marriages,
especially when it's. I mean, because you never know when this stuff's going to happen. Look at this. I guarantee you right now, business is going north for you, girl. Because Athlete Madison just published all the information.
Hello.
So with respect to that, not keeping correct books, not having your bank statements and all that, I have to believe is a costly error. Correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to have everything in order. The more things that are just in disarray, the more things that people are going to question you about, and the more legal fees you're going to pay trying to explain everything.
Very good. All right.
Wow.
And when we first had you on the air, we did talk about Ashley Madison, didn't we? Didn't you talk about that? Because it had to do with divorce.
Yeah, I've definitely spoken a lot about the whole.
Did you see what happened today? How they released that stuff?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely going to look at it now.
There's that ear-to-ear grin we've grown to love in a matter of minutes.
You know why she's smiling? It's a recruitment tool. She's the one who hacked it. What are you talking about? That's how she got into class. Thank you, Jacqueline. Jacqueline Newman.
Thank you. Take care.
BurkeBot, we'll see you next week.
Facebook me or something.
New York City. Were you smitten with her?
Tweet me.
You were
cute
such
as
a pig.
butt. But did you see her?
She's a New York City divorce attorney.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I mean, think Hillary Clinton.
Well, okay, there it goes.
Okay.
Niagara. It's the opposite.
Yes.
It falls.
Niagara. Yeah, think about that.
I just did.
New York City, a divorce attorney.
Do the whip again, and it's a complete... Okay, we're good on that. Oh, sometimes, that happens, huh, Gump?
Oh, my goodness. Is Steve Wise... Is Steve Wise...
Wow, that's why we're on it right now. This sounded like a Hall of Fame. I hope someone's here.
Steve, good to have you along. Steve Wiseman, the Scam Man, of course. Scamicide.com, the truth about avoiding scams. Identity Theft Alert, the book that he's not holding because our production assistant.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot it.
Great to have you, Steve. What's going on, man?
All kinds of good things. Actually,